Boom. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Will. I'm the beer champion, and today with me is Dylan, who's a friend of mine, accomplice in various schemes. We know each other from certain things. It's actually a very poorly made D20, but it explains how we know. It's weird because it's got like number clumps. So like all of the high numbers are clumped on one side and all the low numbers are clumped on one side.
Is the 20 a trident? Because I have fond memories of that dice.
Yeah, so it takes a very little learning curve to land the dice on the side with the high numbers.
If it's any surprise, Will generally plays a rogue.
Yeah, I know, shocker, right? It's so funny because my friend groups who are in like nonprofits, there's like, oh, you play D&D, do you play a paladin? It's like, that's how good a rogue I am. People think I would play a paladin. Come on. It's October, so we're talking about beverage and candy pairings today. Specifically, we're talking about Mike and Ike's Mega Mix Sour is what I have. Which ones do you have? Yeah, Mega Mix Sours. Yeah, Mike and Ike, which is owned by Just Born Candy Company. I actually thought it was owned by a super large monolith, but it's just they just make Mike and Ike's. It's like 40 plus different styles of Mike and Ike's, from root beer to cotton candy to sours. There's just a bunch of what ones have you had over there?
So funnily enough, I originally got into the Mike and Ike's when I was living in the US, but these ones I picked up by accident because I thought they were the normal ones, and well, they weren't. And well, in my opinion, these ones are significantly better.
They're really tasty.
Yeah.
And so Dylan's been a brewer. He's now an internationally known brewer.
Oh, stop.
Well, that's true. But yeah, tell us a little bit about your history with beer.
So I, tale as old as time, really. I started home brewing in college because I wasn't able to afford the good stuff.
Same.
So I made the bad stuff instead. Then, I was ideally my original plan was to take a break in grad school and more grad school to live abroad for a year. So I moved to Seattle, where I met Will. And then I landed a job at a brewery bartending, and then I needed help in the cellar, needed help brewing. And then from there, I moved on to one of the...
Wait, which brewery were you bartending at?
Optimism Brewing Company.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember Optimism, big place.
Oh, yeah, big place. Good event space here in Seattle.
Oh, yeah, massive.
I hear the owners are kind of, ish.
Well, I'll say nothing. And then from there, I started working at the Legion, which is great. Big brewery, a lot of history, a lot of really knowledgeable people to learn from. And then 2020, I moved back to Ireland, got a job at a brewery here. And then I wanted to be, move back closer to my family. So got a job at a smaller brewery here. It's called Hope Brewing Company, which I think it was about 3 weeks ago. I realized how funny it is that my first place was called Optimism, and now I'm working in a place called Hope. Which, if anyone's ever met a brewer, they're not emotions or feelings that we get often. So ideally, my next place will be skepticism or something like that.
Yeah, dark and ominous brewery.
Yeah.
I'd actually drink at a place called Dark and Ominous. It just like specializes in just dark beers. It was like, all right,
barrel aged, super high ABV. Don't tell you what it is, just sort of figure it out.
Yeah, sounds lovely.
Oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, Mike and Ike's. What can you remember the first time you had a Mike and Ike's? I mean, they're super popular in theaters, but in the US, but outside of that,
I think that's probably where it was. I don't know if you're going directly from the box, but I'm bowling it. Yeah, probably movie theater. That was my go-to when I moved over first. You know, it was a big old box with friendly looking character on it. And yeah, you know, I've always kind of liked jelly beans and stuff. They're jelly beans plus, I'd say, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a it's a classic staple. It's funny, the name of Mike and Ike's is actually a little bit shrouded in mystery. Some say it was from a vaudevillian act back in like 32 when the company was founded by a Russian immigrant. Some say it was just like an interpool, like the company like had a naming rights competition, and someone just chose Mike and Ike's. Some people say it's from the Matina brothers, which it was two brothers who were it was like a dwarf act of two dwarfs who were also in the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so the beer that I'm pairing this with, I know you don't have it in front of you, it's the Lindemann's Framboise raspberry sour beer.
Solid choice.
Yeah, about 2.5% alcohol. And
So,
honestly, I pair this beer with a lot of things. It's like it's sour and it's fruit, so you can pair it with salads, you can pair it with steaks, you can pair it with candy.
yeah.
For
What I'm going for now is, so it's my brewery I'm working at right now. It's the Hope Brewing Company. You know, small batch, available pretty much exclusive. I mean, not exclusively in Ireland, but it's available mostly in Ireland. And yeah, it's American style pale ale, you know, classic citrusy, but we're using some sort of Southern Hemisphere hops to give it kind of, you know, more pineapple, you know, guava, stone fruit, stuff like that.
oh nice. I love Southern Hemisphere hops. Like New
Yeah.
Zealand and Australia, they're just like, oh wait, here, let's do a clink. Clink.
Clink. I hope it was the right stuff.
Yeah, but you know, Southern Hemisphere, yeah, those Kiwi and Aussies, they're making some really interesting hops down there, and I'm just yeah, digging some. You're gonna have to send me some of that beer.
Oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for taking some time to hang out and talk about candy and beer.
Cool, man. Happy to be here.
All right, everyone, like and subscribe. If you have any Mike and Ike sour beer pairings, just list them in the comments. Or if you have any, I mean, just go get some Hope beer.
If you can.
Sounds delightful. And thank you very much, Dylan, for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.